The same really can't be said for characters like Aloy from Horizon Forbidden West.
Okay, let's see. Let's see the evidence of her being ugly now. Apparently she was super f***ing hot, and now she's super ugly. Let's hear about it.
And several Mortal Kombat characters. When Horizon Forbidden West was first teased in 2021, the game's main character Aloy was immediately criticized for her new physical appearance.
Okay, please show. Yeah, she's got some chubby cheeks. That's a thing that happens even in like fit women. That can definitely happen. I need you to show me what she used to look like as well, so I can see that she got ugly.
Many people felt that she looked overall less appealing.
Okay. Yeah, that's also, we talked about how attractiveness is subjective. So maybe she's more appealing to someone else. But okay. Like maybe she's just more appealing to the game developers.
And personally, having played both Horizon games, this is an assessment that I agree with, although I would say that, like, no one in those games is particularly attractive.
Well, that's a good point. No one in those games is particularly attractive. So what's the issue with Aloy not being, like, incredibly hot?
But it's hard to put a finger on why that is exactly. In an attempt to defend her new appearance...
Okay, I got it. Please, for the love of God, please. I'm begging you. I'm begging. Please show me what she looked like before and what she looks like now. I'm begging. I need it.
The usual suspects jumped in to argue that makeup doesn't exist in a post-apocalyptic world, she lives in a hot climate, which is why she's blotchy, and even that she's eating more food now, that she's beaten the machines in the first game.
That seems reasonable. I don't know why she would be worried about putting on makeup given the world that she lives in. I'm not incredibly familiar with the world of Horizon Zero Dawn, but it's something like an apocalypse, right? People are like sort of tribalistic and they are constantly under threat of the machines. Spent her entire life in Utah and Colorado, suddenly finds herself in the height of California heat. I mean, it makes sense that she would be a little bit flushed or whatever.
I'm not kidding. That is a real thing that people have said, and I don't know what I'm doing here anymore.
Why wouldn't those be valid? Don't just say that you disagree with it. Tell me why you disagree with it, because those seem reasonable enough.
Regardless, it's clear that someone made a decision to change her appearance when there was no meaningful reason to do so, and honestly, not enough time had passed in the game world between games 1 and 2. It had been about 6 months. I don't know why she looks so different.
Show me what the fuck she looks like. Okay, please, side by side. This would really help with your argument here that this is happening. Please, show me what the fuck she looked like before and what she looked like after. Please, I'm begging you. I'll look it up if you move on. I'll look it up, but please just show me.
They also gave her a single same-sex love interest.
Okay, single same-sex love interest has nothing to do with attraction, so I don't know what we could be talking about here. But yeah, that has nothing to do with ugliness, unless you're saying lesbians are ugly, which I'm gonna guess you're not saying, Sydney.
In the game's DLC. And that makes me think that maybe they made her ugly on purpose so that she could be a
What? What the fuck does that mean? You gotta make women ugly so that they can be lesbians? What the hell does that mean? I have no fucking idea what she's talking about here. Okay, no, tell me why you would have to make a woman ugly in order for them to be a lesbian. Please explain that one to me. I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Where's the lie? Sydney.
Where's the lie? Where's the truth? What the fuck are you talking about? Why would you have to make a lesbian ugly? What the hell does that mean? I have Can someone please explain it to me? What the hell that means? What does your sexuality have to do with your attractiveness? But you talked about how you actually appreciate attractive women in games. So wouldn't it, in theory, if women appreciate attractive women in games, wouldn't it make sense for attractive women to also be lesbians in games? So that lesbians are attracted to them too? What the fuck? Honestly, what the fuck are you talking about?
Please! Mortal Kombat 1 also experienced.
Oh my god. Not only did she just say lesbians have to be ugly, but she didn't show what the fuck she looked like between the games. Alright, we're sitting at our site of grace. We're all safe. We're all safe from her bad takes. Let's see. Is it Aloy? Forbidden Dawn versus Forbidden West. Images. Let's see. This is a really good comparison. So this is the two. This is the big thing that we're mad about. We've got Forbidden Dawn here, Forbidden West here. So she's a little bit more tan in this one. I'll agree. Though there's severely different lighting here. Her face is a little bit more blotchy. And maybe her cheeks are a little bit more rounder. First of all, she looks... Her cheeks are kind of round already. So if we're being nitpicky, I don't know. This doesn't look drastically different. This still looks like the same character. The skin blotchiness is interesting. That might be just a result of technology. Forbidden West was made for PS5. I believe it works on both PS4 and PS5. Where Zero Dawn was made for PS4. So that could be entirely... The skin blotchiness could entirely be a technical thing. I don't know why the color would be different, but I'm not certain it is. So there's that. And her face... I can't see her neck. Her neck looks like it's probably similar. Maybe she's a little bit more double chinny, maybe. But this isn't some drastic change. I think this is mostly due to the lighting. I think a lot of this can be blamed on the lighting. Like you see the clear, harsh shadow here, and a nice yellow light versus this is... I guess it's similar. Yeah, I don't know. It's clearly at least behind her because this is all lit differently. So lighting does a lot to change. And position of your neck. Like if I'm doing something like this versus like... you're doing the Ethan Klein one of these versus just sitting there. Maybe that's a bit different too. This isn't an obvious huge downgrade to me. Maybe I'm fucking crazy. Yeah, that's just a weird face she's making. It's fine. Here's another comparison. Again, she's making a way different face. Her face just does look more detailed because it's a PS5 game. Yeah, we're just showing basically the same... Is that the same picture? We're using the same picture in a lot of spots. This is an actual different picture. Those look like basically the same person to me. Okay, somebody made her pretty there. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't seem... This is the best comparison I think we have. She looks good in both of these. I like her eyebrows more in this one. The skin blotchiness isn't a big deal. What's the actual major... She does look different here, but I don't know how to explain it exactly. But it's not... This isn't some drastic... We know she still looks like her. I don't know. It's hard for me to say that this is like some kind of downgrade in sexiness. First of all, she's not some hugely sexy character to begin with. And the rest of her body looks almost exactly the same. These two, she still looks pretty good here. So I don't know. Please show me the comparison and explain why it's different next time. And also, try to be a little less homophobic with your they made her ugly so she could be a lesbian. That's a really strange take. I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Similar treatment. The recent release of the game's trailer sparked a tremendous amount of criticism with relation to several characters.
I do remember people saying that some of the characters in Mortal Kombat are actually uglier and not just more covered. I I don't know how true that is. Hopefully she goes. I'm gonna guess she won't go into it because she didn't actually show the differences between Aloy.
Most notably Tanya. And the criticism came from two fronts. One, it was noted that Tanya's previous appearance had been scrapped. Her otherworldly features that made her quite beautiful were gone, and she looks nothing like her earlier depiction.
Okay. Does she really have the unibrow there? That's, yeah, I mean, that's, this, from what we can see between these two, that looks like a pretty significant downgrade in how she looks. She also seems like it might be an entirely different character. They removed the glowing eyes too. So I'm not really sure what's going on here. I might agree with this. This does look worse. But that's why I said at the beginning, I think Mortal Kombat might be the best example right now of this trend, if it even is a trend.
And two, the actress on which she is based is very beautiful, and the two now...
Yeah, I mean, that's a good-looking woman, so that's a very good-looking woman. So if they turned her into... Well, I also think, like, probably got to look up pictures again. I feel like she might be using pictures that are deliberately worse-looking here. But yeah, if they turned her into that original thing we saw, then yeah, I might agree that this is a weird thing. Although, just because you based a character on a real life person doesn't mean you have to make that person or that character look exactly like them. You can use them as like Ellie's model in The Last of Us doesn't look like I don't remember her name, Ashley Johnson, I think, doesn't look like her. So I don't think that's a requirement. But it may lend some credence to the idea that they tried to make her a little bit less attractive for some reason. But I'm much more likely to believe this because we see there's clear evidence that they made them less scantily clad, while keeping the men like Johnny Cage like shirtless and shit. So I might agree with you on this one.
I'll look nothing alike.